is going on, folks? Will Turbid here, aka the one and only true reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard and rightful and sole heir to all of his mansions, Lambos, and pools. Fake Mike! Woo! Real news. Damn, I smashed it on my bag of tricks this time, guys. What's up, man? I've been dropping some videos for you guys, but I haven't been live in a minute. We got a new guest. We're trying out YouTube Live with the guest for the first time. Who do we got in here? What's up, Jenny? Good to see you. What up, Joe? What's going on, guys? Smack the like on your way in. Damn, I've been going live on the Taco Bell recently, bro. It's all different, man. It's all like, oh, you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you can't swear. I still don't want to overly swear, but I do want to. After this stream, I'll let some swears out. But I'm joined tonight by new friend Liam. Liam's got Dogify going on. He's a YouTuber. He's a TikToker. We're just building up his new channel right now. So everyone go give him a like, share, and subscribe. We'll see if he's live on his channel. But Liam, welcome to the stream, man. I met this guy the other day. He was like, "Yo, bro, I read David Icke, The Biggest Secret when I was 10 years old, mother." And I was like, God damn, son. God damn. And he expressed a lot of talking points that I definitely agree with. He also seems like a very humble and open-minded person who's also very ambitious. And so, of course, we don't agree on everything yet, but he'll slowly find his way over to all my ideas. But anyways, Liam, thanks for joining, brother. And first and foremost, tell people about yourself and what Dogify is, because part of the reason I wanted to have you on today is because, and trust me, we're going to talk about how a U.S. citizen was unalived by a drone. We're going to get to that. But first, we're going to find out who Liam is and find out what Liam does. Because when I found out what he did, I was like,
basically teach them how to connect with their dog, because, I believe training is about, building a stronger bond and relationship. And, I relate everything to like a positive and, in life, just general, everything is connected in one way or another. So I specialize with service dogs. I have been going live a lot because I'm working with a dog that's, I've trained to be a guide dog. So, I've been going live with a blindfold on, actually like 100% blind. So it's a fun but fulfilling experience for sure,
So yeah, tell people briefly also about like who some of your clientele are, like some of the people that you specialize for, you know, like.
So currently I'm working with he's the wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins.
I wasn't even going there. First of all, that's awesome too, but I was talking about the vets, the blind people. You know what I'm saying?
So
well, I guess when you're talking about the blind people, you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers. Oh, sorry about that.
No pun intended.
No, seriously, pun intended. But yeah, I mean, this dude's out here. He's working with vets. He's working with blind people, and he's training dogs. And he's also got the pedigree, pun intended, of working with NFL players. Man, that's how well trusted this guy is. So support him. How can people? I'm gonna get to your comments first in a rare change of things. So get your comments in there. But how can people find you, Dogify? What are the platforms and where can people find you? What are the websites? You're on TikTok. How can people find you, my man?
If you just type in Dogify dog training just in Google, I mean everything will pop up on there. I mean I have news articles with like the U.S. Times. You can see feedback from clients. I'm like a 5-star reputation. I have a 5-star reputation on Google.
Well, I have a 5-star reputation on Grindr, so that's something we both have in common.
Just answer Frank's question. It's Malik Washington, player number 83 of the Dolphins.
Damn. Yeah, guys, you guys get your questions like that.
But if on Instagram, if you just type my Instagram in, which is the Dogify official, I think my YouTube name is the same. If you look at the first post, you'll actually see me working like one-on-one with him. And I will be going live for some of the sessions with him. So if you tune in, and I'm grateful for anybody that subs and likes the channel. But yeah, you have the opportunity to see that live working with him. So
yeah, man, that's dope. I want everyone to go over support and let's help him build his YouTube channel. So let's give him a subscribe right now. If one of the mods could put his links in the chat, I greatly appreciate that. And then after this video is done, I'll put it in the description, but the mods will have it in the chat if you're watching in real time. What up, Rom? How's it going? Joel's in the house. Brandon, always good to see you. Frank, boys. You know this is a snapback, Brandon. Come on, man. What kind of question is that, man? I only wear snapbacks, bro. It's like snapback and the fake mic. We got Jem. We got everyone's favorite auditor. Audit them. Who encourage you to audit them? Stay sober. Go Blackhawks. Free Palestine. Exactly. Free Palestine, bro. Everyone's talking about, oh, there's drones flying over New Jersey. Oh, did you realize there's a genocide occurring right now in Palestine? Did you realize there's a genocide occurring right now in Yemen? Did you realize there's a genocide going on right now with the Uyghurs in China? Maybe you didn't.
Oh,
Maybe you were a
definitely.
little upset about the drones flying over the side. And it's funny, and that goes to my point. If you guys got any questions or comments for Liam and myself, get them in there. We're going to be as interactive as possible here today. But I've kept you guys in the. Usually, I just get right to it. But here's the thing: we've all been, and I want your take on these drones. We'll maybe even talk about. No, we ain't gonna talk about Luigi tonight. We ain't gonna do that. We're gonna keep this fun. But the drones, I got a point to make about the drones. If you guys want to get your questions or comments in there or thoughts on the drones, cool. I got a couple talking points. I'm gonna throw it to Liam and see what he says. But here are my two talking points. Talking points number one. I've been saying this, guys, and if you watch my channel recently or even over the last few years, you know that I've been fortunate enough to get some very highly esteemed guests on the show, people whose opinion actually is like pretty dope. And even just like, and I don't want to separate the guest because like Liam also is somebody that's very dope. And like Avi's not a diplomat, but he's got 7 guys out of jail who were wrongfully convicted. I mean, so he's more of a hero than anybody on a football field to me. So all that having been said, I've been asking my guests, okay, so for 80, 100 years, if you questioned, hey, what's going on in the sky? Because people have photographed, documented, the mainstreams come out, all this other stuff. And they're like, there's stuff in the sky. And if you ask about that, you're crazy. And now
Mm-hmm.
the Vatican says it's real. That now the Pentagon, along with John Podesta, says it's real. Now the Democrats and Republicans and Tucker Maddow, everyone's saying UFOs are real. Why are they saying this now? And so we'll start with that first talking point, and then I'll get to the fact that a U.S. citizen was unalived by a drone. But we briefly chatted about this the other day, Liam. But yeah, what do you think is going on with this? Why
So,
now?
kind of like summarizing it up. So I think we're all can agree on that it's definitely something to create fear. It's definitely something to
That is
it's
the number one thing. Don't just gloss over that because, and I'll say this, I'll interrupt you to make a quick point here, but that's how they do. That's how you make bad decisions when you're in fear. When you're in fear, you can't, you can't get healthy, right?
oh
You're just trying to recover from the fear. And so the way the system works and this is one of the things I really love about Liam that he points out, and I don't think it can be overlooked. And that's why I'm going to overstate it right now because if it's important, just take a look back. Mr. 19, Mr. 19, get in the house, get in the house. Oh, terrorists, 9/11, get in the house. Homegrown terror. Communism. Oh, atomic weaponry. Oh, the Germans. Like every time, everything is fear, fear, fear. My boss, everything. They
yep.
keep you in fear. You can't make good decisions. You can't be chest out, chin up, getting healthy when you're in fear. That's very important. That's one of the most important underlying currents that we have all this. So awesome, great point. Denver Metro Audits. I sent you the link to join up, man. Denver Metro Audits is very famous, handsome, and amazing dude. Join up if you can. But they're asking if you're Liam Horn. I don't know who that
Uh,
is.
no, I seen that also. I do not know who that is.
And a lot of
Um,
people in the chat, and I'll let you get back to your point here about why they're doing this. And a lot of people in the chat I see are confusing me. I'm not Jason Momoa. I'm not Denzel Washington. This is Will, fake Mike. I know I haven't been live in a little while, guys. Ladies, calm down out there. Shout outs to Angel. But yeah, so the one reason they're doing this is fear.
mhm.
Great point. What are the other reasons? Because it's they could have kept us scared 70 years ago. Why now?
Yeah, so the thing is everything is like perfectly played out to an agenda, for sure. So everything, every move that's planned is calculated. I don't think these are the kind of people that are just like, oh, let's randomly go ahead and create this situation. There's always something deeper behind it. But what's really interesting is, okay, them publicly announcing on the news about, oh, it's not the military flying out the drones and all this other stuff, right? There is some truth. I believe there is some truth behind that, because the Department of Energy is also something that's deeply like involved with this as well. So, um, that's just one of those things. Like, the government hires. They do a lot of private contracting work. Even the military in itself. I can just kind of relate to this in my industry. If you think the military are training all the Belgian Malinois to go ahead and go out there on the battlefield, that's inaccurate. They go ahead and get private contractors to already deliver. Like, if I had one of those dogs, I could go ahead and contract it out to the military, right? But staying on topic, I really feel like a lot of these things are like subcontracted out with the drones. Technology is, I mean, and I hate, I like to get deep into things, but looking at things with
She
movies,
said,
a lot of these things have already been created, and I do feel like
"Thank you,
there's
Brandon."
kind of subliminal messages behind certain things. Um, but what's been interesting is okay, according, and this is something like, you got to take what they say with a grain of salt when it comes to the media, because of course they want us to think, they use reverse psychology as well, so they'll say, hey, this is something to worry about, when in reality it's not something to worry about, and when they do, and then on the opposite side, it's like, hey guys, don't worry about this, it's really not a threat. This is something, they're saying that it's just something like common and normal. Like, I have a lot of friends that own drones, and I can tell you that they're not just like flying their drones at nighttime. And if you look at it, the only reason why a drone would be flying at nighttime would be like a search and rescue, like a missing persons, like for something like that, in order to use like infrared rays to go ahead and detect that missing person, right? Um, Now they did say that the drones are kind of like picking up on like the electromagnetic waves. Um,
I'm gonna stop you there though, because it's like we discussed this one of the last few nights
mhm,
on Del Taco, where we were talking about like, all right, word, like, the first couple days are like, we have no idea what's going on, we don't know, we have no idea. And the next thing is like, the next day they're like, they're planning a coordinated attack, I've been tapping it, like they all of a
yep,
sudden went from knowing nothing to knowing more than they possibly even could.
mhm,
And to your point about the contractors, the government contractors, your point again, and guys, go check out. I appreciate you, Brandon, for finding his Instagram, and that's the pinned comment. So go over there. Would you do me a favor too? Maybe put your YouTube in the bio of your Instagram if you could,
oh,
because
it's
they're
not
having
not
difficulty finding it. But
okay. It's DOGIFI. I seen he put a Y on it on accident. But just that the little, because it would route you to somebody. That's something else,
oh,
like
it's
a
an I. It's
source.
an I. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna unpin that. Yep. Sorry, guys.
No worries. But
And so,
no,
okay, so the point here is with the military contractors, which is another very astute point, uh, which is now I give Joe Biden credit. I actually have a hot take. First of all, you and I both know, and the good listeners of this show, the viewers are well aware that it don't make a difference. Biden, Kamala, Trump, Clinton, none of that. That doesn't make a difference. But I have a hot take, which is that Biden was actually a better president than Trump. One, Mr. 19, but also Joe Biden getting out of Afghanistan. Now, that having been said, one, he did it in the absolute worst possible way he could do it. But two, to your point, this is where we come full circle. And I'm gonna, guys, if you notice me doing weird stuff like this and acting kind of foolish and thing, it's because people are scrolling late night right now. And I'm trying to catch them and tell them about the cool stuff we're about to talk about, like a US citizen that was offed by a drone. But Liam keeps bringing up amazing points. This is the amazing point that he brings up. He's talking about, well, it's not the US government, so they have plausible deniability into not lying to you. like he says. And that's exactly what Yeah Right the Matrix was saying earlier. Shout outs to Yeah Right the Matrix, Yeah Right the Matrix, Yeah Right the Matrix. Everyone go subscribe to my brother Yeah Right the Matrix. Real truther, bro. Here's the thing with the military contractors. Joe Biden said, hey, guess what? We got out of Afghanistan. Good. Shout outs to Aussie Nathan. But did you? Yes. The U.S. troops did, but Liam's point is, yeah, they did, but the military contractors are still there. Blackwater is still there, not to be confused with Black Rock, but Blackwater's still there. They're still over there. They're still murking people, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now we got it. We got the official. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for your due diligence. We're gonna pin that comment. That's his Instagram. Maybe if I can do it. Well, I'm gonna pin the comment. Don't worry. I'll eventually pin this comment. But yeah, I'll figure out how to pin that comment. But yeah, so check out, everyone go subscribe, give him a comment too to help with the algorithm, let him know that the fakest of all Michaels sent you. All right, so now we got 92 watching. All right, 92 watching. I need 8. Share the video, like the video. 108. Okay, perfect. Okay, here's the money shot, guys. U.S. citizen killed by a drone. This is trusty old. I don't know if you guys can see that there. You can Google it. If you want to, you can just base, because you guys are not going to Google this whole name. I don't even. There we go. There we go. The killing. Can you guys see that?
Yeah. Back it up just a little bit.
Okay, that's what she said.
That's good right there.
Okay, cool. So this is a Wikipedia page. You guys can find it. It was posted incessantly in the news when it happened. Now, granted, this did happen a long time ago, but I named this video this for a reason. U.S. citizen unalived by a drone. Now, all we've heard about in the news is orbs and aliens and drones and they took our jobs, right? Well, how come everyone cares about the drones now, but they didn't care when Abdul Raham al-Awlaki was assassinated by a drone strike, who was a 16-year-old boy? A boy was killed by a drone, unalived by a drone, assassinated by a drone. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody cared. I think that happened in 2011. 2011. Yep, 2011. And they killed his sister, too. They killed his little baby sister, too. It's okay. Collateral damage. So the thing is, we need... So, and here's why. One, it's not your fault, though, if you didn't hear about that, because here's the difference. It's the media cycle. The media cycle is pushing the drones. But we need to say, hey, F these drones. Why doesn't somebody go to jail? Why don't we stop the Predator drone strikes? Why don't we stop the illegal wars? Why don't we stop the Patriot Act? Why don't we stop the NSA spying? Why don't we bring our troops home from all these illegal wars based on lies about 9/11 weapons of mass destruction? No, we don't care. It's been 25 years. How many people in the Middle East have lost their lives? Hundreds of thousands or millions of people have lost their lives. How many American servicemen, women, and trans have lost their lives over a lie? And then when Colin Powell died, they was like, yeah, you're a hero, Colin. This guy lied. It's not like a lie like Liam lied to me and said, hey, that scarf looks cool. No, this is a lie that causes the deaths of millions of people. So yes, guys, U.S. citizen, 16-year-old boy, Abdul Rahman al-Awlaki. And I believe his little baby sister died too. We could look that up. Back in 2011. Do you know how... I'm going to end this point. I'm going to land this plane. And we're going to get to the comments because I promised. But do you know how many times people overseas on other continents have been chilling at a wedding, celebrating the birth of a new family with children, elderly, and the loved ones? And then all of a sudden, out of the sky, boom! Your grandma's dead, loser! There goes your grandma. Sorry about that. Sorry about your wedding, loser. There goes your 6-year-old brother. Sorry. And do you think that person's gonna want to grow up and love the United States? Probably not. I wonder why. Do you know how many times they've done that at funerals? Where people are mourning a loved one in an entire family. We're not talking about like this is not a military target. A funeral, a wedding, a hospital, Obama. They're not military targets. All right, I'm landing the plane, guys. I'm sorry. And then the conservative right wingers want to be like, let's get these migrants out of our countries after we bomb every country, after we destroy every country economically. And then the conservatives don't say anything. And I hate the liberals too. You guys are not off the hook.
You know what I was just
Thank
thinking
you.
about.
Thank you. Please tell me.
What
It
I
took
was
too
just
long. I
thinking
was getting
about.
happy.
You have to love what the media says, right? Like they say, I'm being facetious saying this, but um, they're like, hey, this whole drone thing is only going on in the United States, right? It's not going on anywhere else in the country. Like every other country is fine right now, but the U.S. essentially is screwed because of these drones, right? Even though they hold no imminent threat. But yet, have you seen China's drone defense alliance that they launched?
You brought this up, and I did. When you brought that up, I had not heard about that. So could you, especially for me, but mostly for me, but also for the audience, because as you've known from speaking with me briefly, I have to say, give me an example, right? I need you to break this down like I'm an idiot. Explain to me what this is, and say what the name is again, and tell me what's going on here, because this is crazy.
So, like, China launched this. It's like a drone. One second.
Take your time, guys. If you're just joining, share the video. We're here. Woo, we're here with my. Woo. Yes, we should be worried about. Okay, I'm getting to the comments now. I'm really not rant. Okay, Joel says, "Fake Mike, they will never love the U.S. or even like us." And I don't identify as an American citizen. I'm not an American citizen. I don't believe in government. I consider myself a voluntarist. Thank you, DJ Albums. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, he balances me out really well. Yeah, smack the like, guys. Share the video. The whole Cold War type stuff is just control factor. We are not allowed to use the blanks, and no one is. I think we can say nukes. Yeah, of course it can. And that's an interesting point, right? And that's something I'd like to do a deep dive on one day. Why do you think they're so invested in similar damage weapons with no fallout? Is that what you're? Can you explain a little more about what you were saying there? Um, and yeah, hey, appreciate you saying that. Jack's Cab Confessions, is that Jacksonville? Yes, life is beautiful. And we can make it more beautiful together by exposing evil and corruption, right? We can make it better for the innocent people because we have the luxury. We have cell phones, we have Wi-Fi. I'm going to take another second. I'm going to let Liam get back to his point, but this is something people ask me all the time, right? If I had one too many drinks at the bar, my Uber driver picks me up and he's like, hey, how's it going, man? Or the guy at the convenience store, I'm grabbing a Dutch. He's like, hey, how's it going today, brother? I'll say, yeah, you know what? Half the world lives off $2 a day. Some stats say $1.50, but I say $2 a day. Hey, half the world lives off $2 a day. This Uber
But
ride, this Dutch, whatever,
sorry
costs
about
about.
that, guys. I have my 2 year old running around crazy, driving my wife up the wall. But what I was saying about is China launched this alliance of drones. That's a defense system. So like you have to really see the video. But it's literally like a wall of drones. So basically, nothing can penetrate through that wall. Now, like if you look at when certain events take place, who are the top two countries that are on top of it, right? Matter of fact, I shouldn't even say top two countries necessarily, but if you look at the BRICS alliance,
Yes, the
um,
bricks and the new Belt and Road. Yo, this
it's
guy
just
knows his shit, bro. Go check out
you
my boy.
it's just like one of those things. Like, why are the biggest countries uniting, right? Um, even when it comes to like, I know people get concerned about things like a nuclear attack. The reason why I don't believe that would necessarily happen, it's way too much. It's way too much at risk. But I do believe in population control because, like,
Oh, I'm gonna pause you
wait,
there.
I'm not saying I do, but I'm saying like if like when you look at like like Bill Gates and
Oh,
The
they do. They
Yeah,
do.
no, I'm sorry. They do. I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay.
I
Cool.
don't believe, but I'm just just kind of like freestyling
I
off.
was like, I don't even know of you
Yeah,
anymore.
no, no, no. I'm
Damn.
saying, but like, okay, we all know this. Like, if you don't know, you should know. But Bill Gates was a big sponsor for the whole COVID-19 vaccinations, right?
Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't say that here.
Okay, sorry, sorry. But okay, I won't mention any names. But yeah, there was
No,
a
no.
whole.
The bad
I
thing
got
that
you.
happened in 2020. That you
Yeah,
definitely don't say the V word.
yeah,
V is
yeah.
for
Okay,
Valentine's Day. A
okay,
Valentine's Day
gotcha.
card.
But certain people like in these families, these
You're right there.
bloodlines have belief systems that they really live and die by. Um, so just like with that being said, yeah, it's a really deep topic too. I'm not trying to
No,
get off.
yeah, okay. And the funny thing is, okay, so we're gonna keep. I got into righteous indignation, and I told my boy here before the chat, we're not gonna get too crazy here on this one. And look at me. Um, so you're right. They have certain I- ideas, certain mottos, certain mantras that they live by,
Oh,
and
but
I
like
also have. Go ahead. Sorry.
just the because the main point that I was getting to is that like the speculation about these drones maybe looking for a nuclear warhead when we know the United States has already had I can't put a specific number, but I think it's safe to say maybe over like 60 nuclear warheads gone missing. I think I've heard the number 80.
20, but I've heard the low number 20, 29, 33. But either way, one is bad. But when
Yeah,
you
even
have
one, even one is terrible. But I don't. These people do things so strategically. They target the population in different ways. Like I said, from the fear through the mind manipulation, having you so worried about stuff. I mean, even if we
chemicals
look,
in the food and the water.
yeah, even if we look at like a natural disaster, I'm down here in Florida, and when a hurricane happens, everybody buys all the toilet paper. They buy, like we were supposed to have a Category 5, one of the world's biggest hurricanes. What was it, Milton, I think, and it was supposed to be a Category 5, never seen before in history. Did it happen? No. You know what I mean? But you should have seen the price gouging down here. Gas was
Yeah.
going up to $6 a gallon. It was the fact is, like, they get you when you're at your lowest. I mean, everything else, like between the groceries being raised up, like they can hurt the American people in many different ways besides like planning like a mass attack.
Hey, yo. Absolutely, bro. They've been doing it for a long time. The question I want you to remind me to ask you. Let's get to the comments for a sec because, um, okay, so I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, Fuzzy Muffins the third, not the second, but the third says, pay attention to the orbs. We've been seeing orbs filmed for a very long time. And some people say, hey, it's actually UFOs or they're spiritual conscious entities. Some people say, hey, it's just that's how bad the cameras are and they're far away and lights appear that way because of the cameras. So whatever. Lieutenant Beefheart says when you don't know how anything works, everything is a conspiracy. We're not necessarily pointing to a conspiracy, but what we're doing is pointing out factual anomalies. And one of the things I love to do on my channel here is if any one of my viewers can point out anything that I've said this stream or overall ever on video or off, it'd be hard to prove the latter.
you
That I
know
said
what's
that. Hold on one sec. That is specifically factually incorrect. And I've told you, one of them was the Mariana Trench. And I messed up on that. So, I was wrong. I didn't think we could get to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. We actually could, allegedly. I haven't been there, so I can't say for sure. Liam, yeah, go ahead. What's your point?
No, all I was gonna say is just speaking for myself, I was kind of really interested on Elon Musk's take on the drones, and unless something recently has come out, I don't think he's spoken anything of it, right? But he did have a really interesting interview when he speaks about AI, and there have been, like I'm sure you know about the AI. I might be wrong if it was Meta that may have created it or something, but
That
basically
didn't
they
want
had
to
to.
shut itself off.
Yeah, because it was picking up like feelings, like
So let me ask you, why were you interested on Elon Musk's take? Because
well, because the whole AI concept, I do kind of feel like I seen somebody in the comments saying like, "Oh, the videos are not real," and you may be right. Some of the videos may not be real, and there are a lot of AI generated things.
Good
But
point.
social media has got us at the point that I could literally be in front of a just saying an alien or something spiritual, like a orb that everybody's talking about, and nobody would believe it. That would be like,
Yeah.
so
I mean, a
it's
few
like
years ago, I caught a UFO on video. I put it on my YouTube. I put it on my Facebook. Um, and now UFO at the time, now they changed the terminology to
UAP.
UAP
Mhm.
and UAS and all this other stuff. Big shout outs to Bam Artist. Everyone go check out my boy Bam Artist. That's my brother B right there. Love that dude. Thanks for loaning me that Lamborghini, man. It really impressed all the girls in Iowa. And by girls in Iowa, I mean my uncle who just got out of jail, who touched me weird. Okay, so but on some real stuff though, right? Okay, so it's like, all right, and so to your another one of your points.
Mhm.
Now, I want a quick random thing in the chat. I want to know how many of you guys have heard of this. If you've heard of what I'm talking about, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you have yet to hear what I'm talking about, put a 2 in the chat. Now, I'm going to bring something up, and it doesn't mean I agree with it, right? I can bring something up and not agree with it. However, so I'm gonna okay. So it's called the Tartarian conspiracy. Have you guys heard of this one? It's relatively new. Last 5 or 8 years, I think it became more prominent. 1, if you've heard of Tartaria. 2, if you have not. I'm using this to make a point. So, and that's the thing, right? Because my boy Liam is talking about how we don't know if we can trust anything with AI and AI images. We got 2, 1, 2. Thank you, Joel. And we got another 2. All right. So this Tartarian conspiracy basically talks about. I'll try to poorly sum it up because I haven't delved too deeply into it, so I can't speak to it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. They do get one thing right, which is the timeline is off. Now, one of the things they point out, maybe if you guys are interested, if you guys want me to in the comments, I'll give you an overview of what it is. But one of the things that this conspiracy points out, which I found very interesting, regardless of their overall theories and analysis on what truly transpired is true or not, they do point out an interesting fact, which is they show these photographs, and it's like 10 dudes lined up, and they got like barbershop quartet outfits on. It's like 1800s picture, and they're all lined up, but they're headless, and they're all holding their hands and their arms like this, right? And it's like an older Photoshop. And then they show a picture of Abraham Lincoln, then they show one of Ulysses S. Grant, and they say, "Hey, look, these are edited photographs, and some of these are historical, which were taken to be true, and even put into textbooks, and later found out to be forgeries or layered." One of them was Ulysses Grant, Abraham Lincoln. They give other examples. So immediately I call BS because I'm the ultimate skeptic. I keep an open mind, but I need to see some evidence. And sure enough, I Google articles from the mainstream talking about how they were able to edit these photographs so seamlessly. And they give other examples, of course. Back in the 1800s, photography allegedly was created in 1830, 1815. What's this long rant? Why is he talking about this? Well, if we can't trust UFOs now, we can't even trust. I've just recently found out that we can't even trust old photographs because they can be edited, they can be layered, they can be multi exposed. And even if all the photographs and all the videos we ever had are real, we need to consider who it's coming from. Because just like libraries, the Vatican keeps put certain books on the shelf and they keep others out, just like they keep videos. What's okay? So they and you're somebody that has studied this for literally since you're a damn kid. Like I wish my dad would have shoved the biggest secret and behold a pale horse and the creature of Jekyll Island down my mother's throat when I was a kid. And I would eat that through the umbilical cord. But you had a fantastic head start. So you are correct, I believe, in the fact that these people do things way ahead of time. They're not freestyling stuff like, "Oh, what do we do now?" They've understood the human subconscious for a long time. They've understood it all.
I mean, like,
So my question is here: are we making that final jump? Like, how far away are we from the New World Order? Because I believe personally, some people say it started on 9/11. I think it happened in 2020.
mhm.
Personally, I think that's when we first like if you even if we didn't enter before, that's proof positive we're in it now. But if how close are we to like head for the hills, start saving up water in your estimation?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I don't think we're ever really going to necessarily know. I do feel like it's one of those things where we will see signs, and which we're currently seeing. Like I said, when it comes to things like the Bible, I'm a big fan of it, just in the aspect of like the esoteric code behind it. That's always, I do believe that's always some truth in like the midst of lies. Like, one of my favorite quotes. I've said this before, but Winston Churchill. The truth is so precious that it must be protected with a bodyguard of lies. So that's us really kind of deciphering certain things, like, um, but yeah, I
And
mean,
so and so let me say this, right? So someone's saying, why is this called American Unalive by Drones? Well, I found out while you were talking, Liam, that not only have one, I thought it was two, but
Mhm,
I found out later that Abdul Raham Alawaki's younger sister was not killed by a drone. She was unalive. She was assassinated by another thing.
mhm.
But I found this. This is from the Brookings Institute. See how I did the Trump hands there? This is from the Brookings Institute. Okay, this is like these are like the bad guys, and even these guys. And this is back in 2013, so this is 11 years ago. Why am I naming this? This is exactly why. Because everyone's like, "Oh, there's drones. They're flying drones. I'm so upset." Meanwhile, Brookings Institute. Can you let me know when you can see that?
That's good right there.
Bam! Google it yourself. I'm a bring. I'm not. I'm tired of RKOing horses into water. I'm gonna say it 3 times. You guys can Google it. You can just Google U.S. citizen K explanation point LLED by drone. You obviously the first result will be Abdul Raham Al Awlaki. This comes up right after Brookings Institute Holder. This is talking about Eric Holder from the Obama administration. We've droned 4 Americans, 3 by accident. Oops. Oops. They've killed more. I thought it was only 1 or 2, bro. And this is an article from May 22nd, 2013. Headline one more time, unless you're scoring at home, which I always implore you to do. Holder, we've droned 4 Americans, 3 by accidents. Oops. Oopsie. I accidentally murdered you at your funeral. Accidentally killed your child. Sorry. Sorry. Lim, um, man. Okay, we're gonna Liam. So
Yep.
Liam, he runs a business, and one of the things he does at his business is he helps train dogs, service dogs, and he's going to correct me because I'm probably wrong about all this, but he does it specifically for people that are differently abled or may need some extra help, and he also does it for NFL superstars. And I'm going to get a dog just so he can train my dog, and then I'm going to use. No, I'm not going to say that. How can people check out what you do? Because what you do, man, is really dope, and I really appreciate the community that you're serving. You are like the perfect example of what I think the modern day free market entrepreneur is, which
Mhm,
is you are creating a business which is providing a life for you, but it's
mhm.
also doing something for the benefit of society, and that's how things should be. So, if you could speak a little bit about your business, what motivated you to start this business, and also where folks can find you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so just like you were saying, I specialize in service dogs, and I got into it about 8 9 years ago. My biggest driving force from really going independent, for me, it wasn't just about making money. It's like it's a passion for me. My heart really goes into it. But in order to obtain a service dog, it costs about $30,000 to $60,000 for the dog, and
Really?
it's about a 3 year waiting list in order for you to get that. And
Whoa.
these dogs really help. Well, that's how much they cost. They cost about 30 to 60,000.
Jeez, that's
Um,
incredible.
and that's just for like a service dog. Like like the guide dog that I'm working with would have cost this guy about 95,000 to get this dog.
And
But
he did it for 250,000. He only did it for a quarter million. And he
no,
asked
no.
for his sister's hand in marriage, which I thought was weird, but
But it's like, and the cool thing about it is that dog is actually an ex rescue dog. So Yeah, the dog has like a really higher purpose now. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
I mean
and
basically it's you know one of those things like kind of like supply and demand. Like once I know what the person's special ability is, I task train the dog specifically to what that individual needs, and um, I can have a dog like as a full service dog within a matter of months, rather than people waiting 3 years. You know.
wow.
Um,
Oh, I didn't even
so
know your business was as good, my friend. Kudos to you guys.
yeah, I mean I
Check
got
out his Instagram.
I
It's the pinned comment here. Everyone go over right now. Give him a comment. Let
also
him know that Fake Mike sent you. And he is literally going to update his bio so the YouTube's there. It's going to be in the description of this video afterwards. If someone can just find this, he should be live on his YouTube channel. What can you say? Can one of your peoples put your YouTube channel in my comments and we'll pin that. That way everyone goes up to your YouTube channel.
yeah I can do that
Or
for sure.
even you if on another device or whatever, if you just
Yeah, no,
want to comment. If you
I
just
could do
want to
that.
say that Fake Mike is the best YouTuber that ever lived, and
No,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying, he gets all the chicks.
100%.
All right,
You
so
know,
let's get to your comments, and any haters can come up first.
you
Any
know,
haters can come up first. Go ahead, my
I
friend.
do want to comment on David's comment with the old news dot dot dot. Um, yeah, you know, we can say the same thing about the drones. Like I guarantee you, within a couple weeks, it's going to be old news. You know.
I'm gonna
Um,
interrupt you. Sorry, Liam, and but yeah, you know what else is old news? Slavery. You know what else is old news? Genocide. You know what else is old news? Corruption. That doesn't mean we stop talking about it. It's old news. So yeah, let's just give up. It's old news. Let's
but
just give up. No, but David was making some good points earlier. But
yeah,
still,
I'm
come on.
just saying. I'm not saying it. This is a call out. I'm saying it as like a positive that.
Yeah, the
Um,
Federal Reserve. It's old news. Yeah, we still gotta fix it, Mother Hubbards. It's
but
old news. I know.
the whole thing is okay. So I'm down here in Florida. As I'm sure you guys heard about it. If you didn't, we had an incident at the Miami Mall where this something went through a portal or whatever, and then supposedly it was
Yeah, let's talk about that for a sec.
okay.
You guys remember? Put one in the chat if you remember the incident at the Miami Mall. Put two if you don't. Yeah, Liam, start over and tell people, like, give people like the overview, and then kind of give me
Okay.
your thoughts on it. Giving people the
So
Wikipedia version.
so as I'm down here in Florida, I wasn't there when it happened, but I have a friend that lives in a condo right next to when this happened, right? So he actually contacted me and he said, "Hey, there's like a million cops out here." Like he didn't know what was going on because it wasn't even on the news yet, you know. Um,
Probably a
people.
First Amendment auditor.
So like people were saying it was like a portal, and these beings came out of the portal, right? Now nobody was able to get it on. Nobody was able to get it on camera. A lot of the things that were on camera were like looked like they were AI generated, you know. And you know this is another thing too. It's tactics, right? Like in order they want to do everything to discredit like the reality of what took place, you know. So not only was every Miami police officer out there, but the whole South Florida police force was out there, from state troopers to anything that you can think of, you know. And supposedly what happened was it was about 50 kids that broke out and they were all fighting with sticks and having a riot. Now, what happens when a riot take place, right? Um, what do you call it? I've actually been in a riot before, but that's another story.
Same for another
So,
story.
so what do you call it? What takes place in a riot is people aren't. There's no running out of a riot. You know, it's like you're either getting trampled on the ground, a serious one, or it's like a head-on-head collision. But people were running away, not running to each other, fighting. So there was no fight that actually took place. But it was a huge thing, and then of course, the media was like, "Oh, it was nothing but some kids fighting," and that is definitely not what happened.
There wouldn't be that much police presence for that. So what do you think
No
really happened?
way.
So the mainstream story is that we got kids fighting, which is like we both know that that one's not true,
And
right?
they all had, and they were
But
all
I
fighting with
also
sticks.
yeah, we both been to Miami, and the kids aren't fighting with sticks over there.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
they're different
definitely.
type of sticks, right? So fucking well, and then people always take it to the extreme and say, "Oh, it was UFOs, it was aliens." Now, I think that the truth usually lies somewhere in between. But you know what? I said that it could be kids with sticks. Who knows? Maybe it could. I keep an open but skeptical mind. But you got the two opposite ends of the poll. What do you think really occurred that day? And then right after this, we're gonna get to some comments because we have a
So
couple comment questions to you too.
So what do you call it? I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of gonna. It might seem like I'm about to go off the deep end, but if we look at kind of like scientists, and a lot of scientists had like a huge obsession with time travel, electricity, lighting, and stuff like that. Um, there have been some experiments, not to get off topic, but like the whole concept with the Philadelphia experiment. Supposedly them doing like time travel. They do have a military document on it too, but I kind of feel like it was one of those things where they were trying to like open up some kind of portal, and it is a whole scientific explanation. It's more than just like it's more just than conspiracy, I obviously can't tell you all the molecules and all that stuff that they put together, but we do know that they control the weather, right, for long periods of time. That was a conspiracy about. You still there? You look like you. Oh, did you freeze up? Um, when it came to oh, the finding out about that they control the weather, so the government, I say. I did you freeze up over there? Oh, he froze. Okay. Oh, okay. But and we kind of seen that like in Dubai, like with the whole cloud seeding. So yeah, that was I definitely feel like the whole thing in Miami. Yeah, let me we're gonna just kill the we're just gonna kill this guys, but we're gonna hop back on so we can um get fake Mike back in the chat, guys.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Give me one if you can hear me. We'll wrap this up anyways. Okay, I did some weird stuff. So my apologies, guys. I'll get you a couple of your let's get you your comments here. I'll get your comments as promised. Um but so what happened is I tried to pin his comment and I ended up clicking the link and exiting YouTube and I couldn't go back to the live stream. So that happened. And then next time I was able to go. Okay, cool. All right. So I'll get your comments here. Sorry about that, guys. I'll get your comments real quick and we'll wrap this thing up. I'm gonna go live over on the talk very soon, but I'm not gonna go live on mine. I'm gonna go on live on $1 million audits. If someone could put that in the chat, it's $1 million audits, $1 million audits. I'll take a few minutes here to get your comments as I promised. Uh James Freeman, thanks for joining. Yes. I thought it was only Abdul Rahman Al-Awlaki that was killed by a drone. But this is from Brookings Institute. Now, kind of clickbaity title, right? But it's the truth because everyone's upset about drones over the sky in New Jersey. But I only thought one U.S. citizen who was a literal 16-year-old boy got assassinated by a drizzy. This one, Eric Holder, this is back in 2013 from the Brookings Institute. Eric Holder, we've droned 4 Americans by accident. No, we've droned 4 Americans, 3 by accident. Oops. And even the one they didn't assassinate by accident, where was his jury of his peers? And as I said, shout outs to Avi from Live and Direct on the Air. He's gotten like 6 or 7 people, legit, not even like being hyperbolic or exaggerating. 6 or 7 people that were wrongly convicted out of jail. And of course, we know about 74% of the people that are in prisons are there for nonviolent crimes, didn't do anything to anybody. Yes, 4 people died from drones. This is back in 2013, 2011, right? $1 million guys. Take a sec and go find $1 million audits. Very soon we're gonna go live over there. Give us a subscription, James. You got yeah. Elon's a loser. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got for the comments. Get your comments in here. I may have lost a couple of them, but yeah. All right, cool. Interesting, Noah Taylor. Send me the video. I'll check it out. I'm busy, but I'll check it out. Is he Austin Gene? You're like, what's up with the guy on the right? I'll tell you what's up with the guy on the right. I'm being over exaggerated, and I'm using facial expressions and gesticulating a lot. Why? It's because it's my goal on this planet. If you've never met Fake Mike Real News, where's my mic? Smash it somewhere. Oh, it's right here. If you go to fakemikerealnews.com, you'll find a mission statement. That mission statement is this: it's to create a more altruistic world through nonviolence and the Socratic method. That's what I'm here to do. But I also understand that if I just sat here, like I have many times before, interviewing Martin Luther King Jr.'s family, John McAfee, Jordan Maxwell, Fritz Springmeier, CIA whistleblowers, U.S. diplomats, congressmen, ain't nobody going to watch it. Because if you title a video, wow, everything exposed about all the topics that you hear about in the news, but it's actually from a really cool, intelligent, smart person that risked their lives and were ostracized because of it and got death threats because of it, to give you the real information, and you're getting it live from my channel. Everyone, if you're just joining, I think DMA may have shared this video. If you did, thank you so much. Whoever shared this video, thank you, really, truly. This is a powerful video, so thank you for sharing it. And people, oh, this is old news. This is old news, right? Yeah, the Federal Reserve banking system is old news, but it's the biggest problem, arguably, that we have right now. So why am I gesticulating, using animated facial expressions? Because people have short attention spans nowadays. So I'm moving my hands around to be like, oh, what's that? And then they're all of a sudden, they're, oh, U.S. citizen killed by a drone? Oh, when did that happen? Oh, okay, so, interesting. Oh, what's the Bilderberg Group? What's the Federal Reserve banking system? Right? That's the point. So I'm selling out. I'm acting like an idiot. I'm acting like a goofball in the hopes that people will watch and hear what people like Brandon Mitchell have to say. Right? So I'll get to a final few comments here, but send it to fakemikerealnews@gmail. And again, you're saying you're a prophet, and that's an extraordinary claim. I didn't even read your whole comment. I'm a prophet, and I predicted this. I'm gonna just be with my skeptical. Probably not. You may be. Hey, and if that's cool, send me the proof, and I'll do a video about it. But no, Taylor. Oh, I think I may have. We'll see. We'll see. Send it to me. Fake Mike Real News Instagram. So check me out. Fake Mike Real News Instagram. Fake Mike Real News. The Takis, Hot Cheetos, and TikTokies. Fake Mike Real News on fakemikerealnews.com. YouTube, obviously, you're here now. What's the other platforms? You're on all the platforms, bro. Right? So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up with a couple thoughts. One, the number one problem, the number one unaliver of all people, the number one trafficker of people, the number one creator of all maladies and malefactors upon all society, whether it be an alleged constitutional republic or fascist dictatorship, is government itself. They've actually out-assassinated the top assassinators. That's my new word. I love it. I was laughing last night for no reason. They've actually out-unalived religion. They've unalived more people than religion. It's government. There's only one peaceful philosophy, and that is anarchy. That is voluntarism. Please check out Adam Kokesh's book, Freedom. It's free online. Adam Kokesh Freedom. Adam Kokesh Freedom. It's like a pamphlet. It's a glorified pamphlet. It's 90 pages. Easy to understand. So easy, I understood it the first time. So check that out. Check out anarchy. And if you really want to, I care about people. I want to tell people the truth. I want to save lives. Well, the number one thing that's ending lives is the government. So you need to figure that out and speak out about it. Also, the Federal Reserve banking system, it's really bad. We need to pull ourselves out of it. Appreciate everyone that joined. Appreciate everyone that I really appreciate, especially everyone that shared. I'd like to take a second to thank Liam for joining, because bro just blew me away when I met him, because he was super on point with the points that he was making. Grew up in a super awakened household, like reading David Icke books when he was 10 years old. Like, bro, that's crazy. It's like, what the heck? I was crashing Ninja Turtles against each other. when I was 35, bro. This guy was reading The Biggest Secret, right? Crazy. He's reading The Pale Horse, all this other stuff. So this guy's ahead of the curve. And also he has a business, Dogify. It's going to be in the description. Also, we'll probably see him again here soon. You'll check me out on the talk there. If Brandon, thank you so much for being an amazing moderator. Thank you very much for people for sharing, man. That's the most important thing. That's how we share this information. And I'll leave it at that. So, guys, till the next time, know that government is the root of all evil. Government is the number one problem. We need to use nonviolence and the Socratic method to counteract that. Just a regular dude. I'm not going to sit up here with no makeup on a teleprompter telling you guys stuff. Just going to be a dude with a snapback, a fake mic. Real news. Thank you so much, everybody. Brandon, and especially for Brandon, everyone that shared was an active participant. See you guys very soon on the Tick Talk. Peace. Bye.